In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to configure the FTP option for your HOBOnode data. What you will first need to do is create a saved export setting. This is the data that you wish to export out of the program. This is done from the Plot Export Wireless data pane. You can get to this pane by choosing File, Plot Export Wireless Data, or by opening up the Manage HOBO Data Node Network pane, and then choosing the Plot and Export Data option at the bottom of the pane. Now that you are in the Plot Export Wireless Data pane, you can now create the saved export settings. First, you will need to choose the deployment you want to work with. Then select the node from the deployment you wish to get the data from. You are then able to include all of the sensors that are associated with that node. Or you can choose an individual sensor that is most important to you. You will then need to select the time range or limits of the plots you wish to export. You can select either a custom time range or one of the software's preset time ranges. For this example, I will use a preset of the past hour. To save this setting, you will need to select the Save Settings option at the top of the pane and enter in the title for your setting. Press Enter to save this setting. Now that you have created a saved export data setting, you can close out of the Plot and Export pane. Now you will need to configure your FTP setting. This is done within the Sharing section of the Data Node Preferences. To navigate there, you will need to choose File from HOBOware Pro and select Preferences. Under the Data Node section, you'll want to choose Sharing and then Data Delivery. Your first step will be to select the interval that you would like to extract the data from the saved export setting you just created. For this example, we'll choose 5 minutes, and then we'll choose the setting that we just created. Next, you'll select the FTP File To setting. You will need to contact your system administrator to find out if you have an available FTP server and to find out those settings so you can set up this particular option. If you do not have an FTP server, you can simply Google FTP options to find some free solutions that may work for you. For this example, we'll create our own FTP server address. FTP server addresses usually start with FTP, semicolon, backslash, backslash, and then the server name. You will then need to enter the folder that you would like to store your data in. Then the username and password. You can then test the FTP connection to ensure that you have set this up properly. The last selection you will need to make is whether you would like to overwrite the file each time you FTP the data or to create a new file each time you FTP the data. Once you select OK, you have successfully set up your FTP data delivery for the HOBOnode data.